My name is Krystal Holland. I am the Executive Director of the Institute for Mastery and Integration, which is an affiliate of the National Center for Children and Families, where I have worked for the past 20 years. And I am from Gaithersburg, Maryland. So I think my relationship is probably twofold with the Scotland community. In my kind of mid-20s, I worked with the Montgomery County Recreation Department, Housing Opportunities Commission. I helped to start a cheerleading program in one of the predominantly Black low-income communities at the time, called Emory Grove. And we worked or partnered with Scotland to provide opportunities for girls through cheerleading. And so we would come up with opportunities for cheerleading competitions. So I think that was probably my first introduction to Scotland, kind of going to their community and them also supporting us through events that we had in the Emory Grove community. When I came out of college, there was a program that I led called Sneakers, which is a program for girls. And these programs were throughout the county and various communities and schools, really focused on building self-esteem and making good decisions and setting goals. And so I actually led a sneakers group in the Scotland community. I attended Emory Grove United Methodist Church growing up. I'm still a member today. And I sang with gospel choir at Emory Grove called the Gospelettes. And so very often, back in the 90s, early 2000s, Black churches would worship together a lot for afternoon services, and choirs would visit each other's churches to sing. So I remember quite vividly, at least once a year, the Gospelettes going to Scotland to have a gospel concert. Paul Tukey was given my name and phone number as they were preparing to roll out the Scotland Festival of 2023. He was looking for someone to lead the health and wellness portion of the event. So he reached out to me because he heard about the Black Physicians in Healthcare Network to ask if I would be interested and willing to create what was the Health and Vendor Wellness Fair for Scotland. So that's kind of my first connection of really learning about the work that Scotland community was doing around Juneteenth. Even though I'm from the area, I was not that aware. But also simultaneously, my church, Emory Grove United Methodist Church, was partnering on the festival last year, specifically around, I believe, the Friday night opening concert that was at Bethesda Theater. And one of the other areas that the Emory Grove Church volunteered to assist with was the entertainment stage for the Juneteenth Festival at Cabin John Village. And so I took on the leadership of it, that as well. I think primarily because of connections that I have in the community and experience that I have organizing events. The vibe was powerful, very positive, lots of people. We had a health and wellness vendor fair that had about 20 organizations that came out and set up exhibits that were quite interactive to really address issues around health and wellness in the Black community, to really look at how do we minimize the health disparities that exist in Montgomery County. I am a helping person by nature, and I believe that there are some skills that I have around planning and organization that are beneficial for events such as this. And I would also say that I have a passion for not having the Black community die. And so this allowed me to really introduce people in the community to Scotland and what Scotland is doing to rebuild their church while using the skills and the connections that I have. Working on the Friends of Scotland committee, I think, has been actually pretty fruitful. The individuals who are participating on that committee have a passion and a desire to really see this rebuilding project come to fruition. I found that the committee members are very passionate about their roles that they each have been assigned in making sure that the activities and events that they have set forth to do are successful and productive. So it's a small but mighty team of individuals really committed to taking Scotland to another level. So what I've learned from my involvement, honestly, with this group is that if you are intentional about wanting to make change and you surround yourself with the right people and you don't give up, you'll be successful. This small part that I play with the health and wellness and the music is a very small part towards a bigger mission. My desire is that these communities and families and their history does not get lost. And I believe that this Scotland community is an example of a small but mighty few who are a part of a family and a part of a history who said we are not going to allow our history to get drawn out by the growth in this county.